For the ambulance staff, actually St John is my adopted dad. He adopted me, and St John is dad. His Jumbo is named after an elephant head of the militaries, and St John is head of St John's ambulance services. Now, really tragedies hit my life. I'm not allowed a girlfriend because I'm St John's son, and we're the ambulance services in NHS hospitals. Now, I'm not allowed a girlfriend because the dad to everyone is Judd Charlton, a Northern Irish terrorist, and he's also Jack the Ripper. And then this guy killed my dad, right? A Dutch guy who adopted me as well, along with St John. Now, it killed my dad, right? And I'm not allowed a girlfriend. Right, this is Judd Charlton, who's the dad to everyone. He's literally the head of the Christian church, right? And he's a drunk at 9:30 a.m. He's a dropout. He's a loser. He's literally hated by everyone, and he's a dad to everyone. And then he's just killed my dad just a year ago, and he won't let me have a girlfriend. So I now need the ambulance staff to search me out a girlfriend, get her, bring her to me, and let me have a girlfriend. Use your ambulance to fetch me what's been taken away from us. Actually, the St John's ambulance services are under attack. They killed my dad. Right now, it was killed by the dad to everyone, Judd Charlton. He's the dad to all the blondes and brunettes out there. Right, so I now need the ambulance staff to grab me a girl and get me a girlfriend, bring her here, and we'll keep her here for a temporary while in the Cinnamon Project that I've created, a refuge centre for women who are trying to get away from domestic abuse, because Judd is the dad to all the men out there, and he's very into misogyny, domestic abuse, and separation of men and women. So for the ambulance staff out there, I live in Blackpool, and all the pubs won't let me in. The bouncers are picking me up and removing me. I've done nothing wrong. I've never even been to these pubs, and this big guy, bigger than a truck, picking me up and saying I can't stay and drink here. Right, so I can't drink in any pub in Blackpool because of these bouncers. They're kicking me out because I'm St John's son. We're the ambulance staff, and the bodybuilders and the gyms are mass immigration. They hate England. They're anti-British. They specifically hate the St John, and they won't let his son drink in any pub or have a girlfriend. So I urgently need ambulance staff to grab me a girl, a pretty girl, and bring her to me, and let's get this this problem removed and reversed. So some more about St John. St John's dad is actually called is Jumbo, and he's a head king, right, head king of the royals, related to Queen Elizabeth II, and that's my granddad. Now they made me the next Jumbo with my partner Stephen Dallas, who's a big guy, tall guy, and he's my bestest friend since school days, and we're partners, and we're also Oasis. Noel Gallagher's playing my part. Dallas is playing Liam Gallagher's playing Dallas's part, and we're running the country because we're Jumbo's family, right? So that's more about St John. His dad is Jumbo, my granddad, and we're the St John's ambulance services, and we're also Jumbo also heads Hollywood. Right, so he owns the Pinewood and Shepperton studios. Where I've worked at these studios myself, so I'm in the art department. And basically they've told me that I'm the head of the studios, Pinewood Studios and Shepperton, because Jumbo's my granddad, and he owns those studios. In fact, he helped produce the film The Wizard of Oz, and then now we're St John's Ambulance Services, but very under attack, and I urgently need help from the ambulance staff immediately, ASAP. Thank you. So for the ambulance staff, thank you for listening, and here's my phone number. I live in Blackpool, very near the train station, and here's my phone number, and please text me if you can help, if you can deliver something, and we'll enter our Cinnamon Project, which is an outro, an escape from the callousness that is seen in all our communities through the council's deprivation and the deprivation being caused in England. So I have a council flat very near the train station, and I got a spare room, and we're using it as the Cinnamon Project, and for the ambulance staff to reverse all these problems that you're hearing about, and how St John is very under attack, and he's named after an elephant, and he's not allowed a girlfriend in England. That's the rule and the agenda of our enemy, who is the dad to everyone. So the St John's Ambulance Services can pick literally anyone and put them into the Cinnamon Project to help them out. So thank you very much. So here's a picture of my dad, St John, and his brother, St Ben. Right, it's King Ben. They're both kings, and here they are, the photo of them. And they also helped create the Beatles too. Also Kurt Cobain, and then now Taylor Swift, Britney Spears, and a number of other people. Thank you, Spice Girls, and also Oasis. So more about me. I'm a trained psychologist, and I'm also a dietitian, and I'm the real author of the ketones diet, the raspberry ketones diet. Now I've done a video on this, and I urge you to check this out. It made 9 billion, and they stolen it off my computer, the method and the ingredient and everything. Right, that's my diet. I'm a trained psychologist, and also I studied biology for 15 years, and also an anthropologist, and I love history and politics. So it was Judge Charlton, who's the head of the Christian church. They stolen the ketones diet off me. So that's 9 billion, and they never gave me a penny. So I'm the St John's Ambulance Services, and we created the ketones diet. And it was all stolen off us by Judge Charlton, dad to everyone, highly misogynistic, very into domestic abuse. I say steal his women, take them away. He doesn't deserve them. Actually, let's deport all of Judd's people, okay, because they're vile. That nobody likes them. They're the prison community mostly. Alright, so they are running England. So we must take and separate their women and keep them into the Cinnamon Project. And that's why we need ambulance staff to seek them out and then put them into our project that revitalises people. And we're also, I'm also working with Elon Musk because I'm into the sciences, and I've written a whole load of essays on theories of interstellar sciences that I'm not brilliant at, but I have written a load of essays on the advancing brain, and I've done acute essays on this, yeah, and I'm now part of SpaceX and Elon Musk. I'm working with Elon Musk and also Kanye West, Taylor Swift, and Mariah Carey, to name a few, okay? So this is our Cinnamon Project, and we need people, the ambulance staff, to be part of that Cinnamon Project and to be working for us, because we're very much under attack. We don't deserve to be attacked. They're attacking us because we're their advanced and modern society, and the attack to us is abhorrent and must be reversed. And we need the ambulance staff and NHS nurses to assist us in any way they can. Over and out, and thank you very much for listening. So, because I'm St John's son, I'm not allowed a girlfriend, and actually Sting's song So Lonely is actually about me and my life and the tragedy that's hit me, how I'm being so attacked and isolated by the dad to everyone. Dad to all the blondes and brunettes are keeping me as single as the day is long. Right, and I urgently need help. Sting's song So Lonely is actually about me and the attack to the St John's Ambulance Services, and my human rights have been taken away. I'm not allowed a partner, so we urgently need the ambulance staff to reverse all of that, right? And they can, and legally. because St. John is also part of the Supreme Court, and he made me head of the Supreme Court. I'm a head judge, and what the dad to everyone, Judge Charlton, is doing is highly illegal, and he's going to prison, and all his people can be incarcerated. All right, that's the truth. I mean, if they commit such crimes like that, So Lonely is just the tip of the iceberg. All right, so that's by Sting, and then so a lot of other songs are also about my life too, and you'll see that in the videos coming up, and also the ones that are already done. Thank you very much. I studied biology for over 15 years, and I'm a dietitian, author of the ketones diet. Now I'm also St John's Ambulance Services, and about a few years ago I met this beautiful woman. She's a paramedic in an ambulance, and she's got red hair. And she's just the most beautiful woman you could ever meet. A lovely girl too, and we met a few times, and we're kind of dating. And she's a very good supporter of mine. She knows about my situation, and actually, if you notice on Strictly Come Dancing, the couple that won, the woman with red hair, she's also a paramedic. While she's referring to my girlfriend in the St John's Ambulance Service with red hair from Blackpool, a beautiful girl, and also she supports my situation. She's going to help us, and we're the Cinnamon Project. We're also the couple that won Strictly Come Dancing in Blackpool. So my girlfriend, who's a paramedic, and you see her in Strictly Come Dancing. Well, she knows I'm also studied biology, and she's read all my essays on brain analysis, and also I'm a criminal investigator journalist, and she she thinks. She likes my writings in the medical world and on biology, and we are a couple, and she supports me greatly, and she loves the breakthrough that I've been discovering in the medical world about our brain. And I'll do more essays on this, and I have done loads, and she really likes them, and together we are also in Strictly Come Dancing, and we're the St John's Ambulance Service, and we need all assistance as soon as possible. Thank you very much. Out to all the female ambulance staff and NHS nurses to know my plight, and also that I'm so lonely, as Sting says, and I need ambulance staff to visit me, and to give me company, and also possibly date me, because I'm single for a very long time, and the pubs won't let me in anywhere. I can't meet any women, right? So I really need help and assistance and company from NHS ambulance staff. If they could come and visit me, just give me a text and we can arrange that, no problem. Over and out. So as you can see, Judge Charlton, who's the dad to everyone, was despised by St John, who is my dad. Right, Judd is the dad to all the blondes and the brunettes out there, and they're making me single because I'm St John and we're the ambulance services. So I need the ambulance services to grab a girl and bring her and recover the situation and reverse it by using all the equipment that you've got, to just get a girl, and we'll gently tie her up, and muzzle her, and then she'll have to listen to 5 hours of audio at my place in the Cinnamon Project, and then we will release her slowly, and then after a week or two, she can go back, be taken back to where we found her. Right, so she's going to get a recovery system, and also I'm going to get companion, and some sex. So we're going to tie her up, and she's going to have to listen to a lot of extreme audio about our country and why she's been subdued like this, and for what reason. And we're the Cinnamon Project. Outside is South America, Satanism, and Stalinism. That's a whole load worse than Hitler, and they're homosexuals targeting all the blondes and brunettes. So the dad to everyone is not a nice guy, and an escape route is urgently needed. So to the ambulance staff, something to think about. Okay, the ambulance are very busy, and especially on 7/7 King's Cross bombings. Now, used to live in London, and I used to go to King's Cross every 2 weeks. And on the day the bomb went off was the day that I was due to go there, and I got there, and a bomb had gone off. Right now, so they're attacking me. Actually, the immigrants are attacking St. John, the Saint family, a family of saints. Okay, and they also head the St. John's ambulance services, and also I'm made the head manager of all the hospitals. And I was attacked at King's Cross on the 7/7 bombings by immigrants. Right now, those immigrants are sent in by the dad, the Christian church, the dad to everyone, dad to all the blondes and brunettes. Right, so they're also attacking at the Manchester bombings that had nothing to do with me being there, but I live in Blackpool, and also this group also did 9/11. All right, so the same group, right? So and they're definitely attacking the St. John's ambulance services, and the dad to everyone Christian church did 9/11. They admit they are ACME demolition that did 9/11 and 7/7 bombings and the Manchester bombings, and they're specifically attacking St. John's ambulance services, right? So and then the person doing that is the dad to everyone. The dad to everyone is Judd Charlton, Northern Irish terrorist, is behind the mass immigration of immigrants to kill British people and then attack the St. John's ambulance yet further. Alright, so for the St. John's ambulance services, the recovery process is rather important, and I don't think it's even started. So I would suggest looking at these incidents, and that's the dad to everyone did that, and they're certainly attacking St. John's ambulance at the 7/7 bombings in King's Cross in London. Alright, so have the ambulance services retaliated at the dad to everyone? All the blondes and brunettes, taking them in and incarcerated them and forced them into a cinnamon project, something like that, and forced them to readdress their mind and how they're thinking, where they're going wrong, how destructive they are, and how we can change that. And everyone's morale is completely led by the dad to everyone, who is also the real Jack the Ripper, and also Ian Huntley gangs are the dad to everyone, and then they did all these bombings. They're the Pakistani terrorists and the mass immigrants. So to the ambulance services, the recovery process is all what we're all about, right? And especially right now, I would say for the victims of the 7/7 bombings, there is a response needed by the ambulance services. So during the time and the day of the 7/7 King's Cross bombings, at home in my flat about a couple of miles away, I was being waterboarded every day, so tortured, right? And I couldn't get it with sleep deprivation, right? And I couldn't get any sleep, and I had to leave London. It was torture. They were torturing me, and then threatening. They were killing people, and threatening to kill me regularly. They had guns. There were police raids, gun raids, and all kinds of stuff quite near me, because they were threatening to kill me, right? And this was all before the 7/7 bombings, and those people threatening me are the Ian Huntley gangs, Jack the Ripper, the dad to everyone, all the blondes and brunettes. They were torturing me because at home I was learning about, I was doing a theology study in Hinduism. So I was learning about Srimad Bhagavatam, Krishna, and also the ancient Celts, and Stonehenge, the Neolithic people, and I love anthropology. And at the time, I was being very, very attacked, right, outside, and then the King's Cross bombings, Alright, so you can see what's going on. I was learning about how that rap is actually beat poetry from the hippies. Right, the hippie women brought in beat poetry to America, and then this became rap. Okay, so Bob Dylan had a lot to do with the birth of rap music. Alright, so now rap is on the ground is very anti-Semitic. It's up there with Stalin, right? And there are problematic groups, some of these prison communities, right? They're Stalin, they're gays, right? And this is actually goes against rap because rap is heterosexual. Certainly, the hippie women brought in rap to America, and also that Krishna said free food, free accommodation. And free medicals for all his followers and students. So this is very became our benefit system, and today our students are reliant on that, and then they create industry. So Krishna is very important, but yet he's being attacked, as you can see. I was learning all of this, and then outside there were gun threats, gun raids, all sorts of death threats. I was being accosted with dogs, like Doberman dogs and all of that kind of stuff. And then the 7/7 bombings. I was due to go there on that day. They knew that. That's them. The Ian Huntley gangs did the 7/7 bombings. And they are the far right. And the dad to everyone. They are all the African immigrants, all the Pakistani immigrants. They're all the far right. Homosexuals have brought in all the immigrants. So homosexual upper classes have brought in all the immigrants, and then they're bombing England because we're not gay, right? So the ambulance service is under attack here, and they need to respond at the dad to everyone, and incarcerate all his people, and put them into a cinnamon project where they're forced to learn a different way. Okay, a better way, a modern way, right? A way that's led by Cambridge University, okay, and more, America. And we're also Elon Musk, okay, and I'm working with Kanye West, alright, so we've got big projects, and I'm working with the brilliant Mariah Carey, actually, for quite a long time. And I can't talk about it much for security, but her latest track, Type Dangerous, is actually about us. And there's a reference to me in the video and in the song, and how also I'm the author of the ketones diet. I'm worth 9 billion, but it all got stolen off the ambulance services by the dad to everyone, who's then bombing King's Cross, and then so much more, mass immigration, and then the Southport murders, and the Nottingham murders, and all the news, that all the incidents you see in the news is generally this gay community, Northern Irish terrorism, dad to everyone, who's Jack the Ripper too, got it, and there he is, he's an absolute monster, and we now need all types of tools to counteract, take his people, and change them, and that means changing Britain, changing the British people that are currently very unwell